God's grace on me. Even when I lived unfaithfully, even when I moved impatiently, even when I act ungracefully, even when I sin tenaciously. Out of them things don't make believe. I done slid off from heinous scenes, now spreading off from shaking demons. And I'm writing balls as a God's legion, making head and skin crawl legion.
That was a part of my mental health. I'm like,
But
I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it. So like, you telling me that, I'm like, dang. I mean, I knew I had schizophrenia, but dang, I don't need to check off the list. Like,
it was
part of it
it's
too.
more so of and it's more so of that word association that can trigger us, and that's where the schizophrenia comes from, because it's like when we hear that one word, it can remind us from 20 years ago, and it trigger. And I'm like, all I said was, but it don't matter to you, because it's like that one word takes you there, or it can remind you of when you was molested, or it can remind you of, even though you're not doing those very things to me, it's a remembrance. It's kind of like the PTSD. It's a trigger, and it basically, when you hear that one word, it turns into basically schizo. That's what they call them, schizophrenic, and you basically just, it takes you there.
Yeah,
and,
that one word.
It's just not fair, though.
No, it's not fair, but
you want to give me these medications because of a gift that God gave me, and you want to block it with medication.
It's blocked with
I
medication.
considered it a gift as well. So she's like,
no, don't get it twisted, because remember, I used to tell you all the time, I don't know what's wrong with me, but it's like, I be having these, and I be dreaming, and another time they say when people dream about things, it's like, okay, that's just like something in the back of their brain, or whatever you watched on TV last, or no. My dreams are future-based dreams, to the point where I see people I have never knew in my life. And then for some odd reason, it happens so fast, where I meet them all of a sudden, and I can tell you exactly what I saw. And half the time I'm like, you know me? I'm like, nah, but I'm just trying to tell you, like, I met you before. I met you before, but I know where it was at. It was in my dreams. And I'm looking like,
I know you. I've seen you before.
But make it so bad, it's like she used to call me, like, and I used to call her first. Oh, thank you. I was trying to get up for about 5-10 minutes now.
And I still ain't got it.
It's in my eye.
I know.
So, I used to
Did
call.
I get it?
I don't care. So I used to call her, and I used to say little things to her or do things for her. And she'd be like, she was praying about it. She ain't talked to me about it. I don't know nothing. I just know that it be within 24 hours. Bam. Mm-hmm. It's like, it go from her mouth to God's ears to me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how, and people do this to me all the time. I never could explain why. Mm-hmm. Like, why I got this gift of that discernment, but it's like, it ain't, I'm not gonna say real, it was tough at first, or I couldn't explain it. Or they said that women intuition. Nah, it ain't no intuition. It's basically, I see things and I feel things, and I know when you lying to me. I know when you trying to play me. But I just don't say nothing. Why? Because it's like, it's gonna make me mad, but then I will go off. But like now, the person that I think I evolved to now, it's like, right. Well, you have at that. You have a good day.
What she said? Okay. Have yourself a
good day.
Have yourself a better day.
Toodles.
What was that movie? Have yourself a better day.
Because I know me, you're not about to. Okay. Like one day she was going. I said, okay, this is how we gonna do this one. Yeah, I'm just gonna not speak to you right now. I mean, I just feel like, because I just be like, oh. It's like, I just do that now, because it's like, because it's like, that real thing where somebody here and somebody here, and you be like, shut up. You're like, just choke her. No, we're not gonna do that.
Let me tell you my therapist.
This person right here be like, yeah. Both y'all just shut up. I got this. It's like, I got this.
I am in control. I'm running.
I got this. I don't need y'all help. I got this.
Right.
You or you. Okay.
I think it's best for you to just leave right now. And I will holler at you whenever I fucking.
Oh, is that a $10 holler?
That was my first
$10 holler?
And you didn't let her slide.
No, she got a $10 holler last week. She need to run that camera back.
I said the N word. I know.
I don't know. Is that a $5? Okay, that's a $5 holler.
No, I said it halfway. I said it halfway.
I knew it.
You almost said it.
Because that's what I was saying, what I was thinking. But that's my problem. It's this more got so here, give me that fan back. I was doing so good with the fan.
Hot like
I was
fire.
a different character with the fan on.
Okay, so it's getting,
I got
getting hot in
that's
here.
getting hot. And
It's getting hot
I'm keeping
in
my
here.
clothes on.
Let me confess my little therapy, what I'm doing right now. When that moment happens to me and the two people are, or the two voices. Y'all, I am literally every day singing and cracking up. You're unbelievable. I have to sing that in my head. Like, no, you unbelievable. Because this one, want to slap you in the Holy Ghost. And this one want to slap you in the flesh. And so, all that.
And this
You're
one wanna slap you too.
unbelievable.
I gotta just go. Thank you, Jesus.
Like,
Thank you,
literally.
Jesus. Literally, I have to be like, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus."
And, like,
and remove
I don't
myself.
thank him. I be like, ooh, Jesus. Ooh, let me sit on my hands. Because I promise you, I'm about to tear this whole room up, and this is my house.
I have say that part. I have a saying 5 minutes and 50 feet. 5 minutes and 50 feet. Like, I don't understand what people don't understand about 5 minutes and 50 feet. Like,
Back.
5 minutes. It ain't that hard. And 50 feet.
50 feet.
Like, listen, if you dealing with somebody with mental health issues, if they give you something of that nature, take heed. Proceed to take heed. Okay, 5 minutes. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. And 50 feet.
I just do that.
That would save a whole lot. I think that would save a whole lot of marriages.
lot.
If you gave each other 5 minutes and 50 feet,
I need more than 5 minutes.
I'm just saying, that's a good
I need
start.
a day.
You need a day.
You can't take a whole day.
Yes, I can.
That's not-
Vacation.
The
Listen.
Bible says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath.
The sun can come down. The sun can come up. It can start raining outside. Listen, not today,
Not
and
today,
maybe
boo.
not tomorrow morning because I'm still mad.
You still mad, boo?
That part.
Social distancing, please. Social
Put your
distancing.
mask on.
Put your mask on.
Put your
Put your
mask
mask
on.
on.
I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
I can't say nothing either. Put this mask
or
on.
what I tell them, zip your lip, put your key in your pocket.
No, swallow it. You can swallow the key for all I care. Don't never open your mouth again. For all I care. No, but it was like for me, it was more of a reality check, and that's why I say what I said. Like I didn't self-heal myself. It was more so the company I kept, the people I was around, the like basically the friends I kept, the family, and it brought me back to what I spoke of when I past shows ago when I would say, you point the finger at this person, point the finger at that person, and it's like, okay, but what about you? And I say that because I painted this narrative of the story I told before, but I never said nothing I did. You know what I'm saying? I never said that part of my mental health issues. How even though yes this happened, but it's like I did things too, and I mean I can tell people this now because I'm not ashamed of if you want to put the label on my crazy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because and I can blame what happened to me when I was 14. I can blame what happened to me when I was 18. I can blame what happened to me when I was 24. I can blame all these different people about different things that happened, but it's still the root of I was still in control of that, and I could have controlled it. Why did it take till I was almost 25 to know?
Her is 25.
Say her is 25.
I can't say the
25.
I can't say see, I can't say it.
Look,
40.
Let me see your creases.
40.
Talking about 25.
Okay,
40. Say 4. 40.
4. You want me to say it in Spanish? That's fine.
It won't come out. I'm sorry. 25 is fine.
That's fine.
See how it come out so fine?
25 it is.
Yeah, there we go. See? So
But you've been 25 for a few years.
Your
right?
truth.
that's my truth.
Her truth.
You can't tell me nothing different. So mind your business. Shame the devil. Mind your business, lady.
See what
She's been
happened
25 for like 4 years.
Nah, because I was 21 for a long time.
I know. That's why you had to go up.
I probably
That's
graduated
what I
at 25. Because you can be 20. You can't be 21 in some of these places no more. You gotta be 25.
Okay.
I had to turn 25 eventually. So I'm 25 now.
I don't plan on getting old either.
Well, you know what? I love 41. Hey, I am
Amen.
beautiful. I love
Imagine-
41.
I mean, I love it too.
I
It's gonna
love
be,
it.
I might turn
I
I
30.
even guessed
I
you're
love
41.
it.
You look good.
Thank
Yes,
you.
That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
yes, I am 41.
Okay, then.
But like I said, it was more so like, you know, I'm not about to even try to, you know, deteriorate or the things that happen, you know.
Right.
But it's just more so of, I did things too. I did some crazy
Stuff.
things, and it's just that I need to tell that truth too. I can't just point the finger at just one particular person, and or even when I go back to the root of my whole story, and when I said I told you I was a bad child, or I said that I did things, but that I deserve the things that happened to me, no,
Absolutely
but
not.
you know, but did I still do things to some of those things that I did? Yes, because as a child, I did certain things, and I was a bad child. But that does not necessarily mean that you had to do the things that you done at the
Exactly.
at the what's the word I'm looking for, at the expense you did it
Right,
on.
right.
You know, and so, or it just like when I was told about my different relationships I've been in and the things that happened to me, you know, I'm not gonna just sit there and say that I kept quiet. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Nah. I literally like tore up cars.
You ain't taking land down.
Nah. I didn't tore up cars. I didn't I didn't pull out knives. I didn't chase people down the street with knives. I didn't try to run over with my car. I mean, I'm
me
just
ask you something.
I'm just saying I did things too. So I'm not about to sit there and just say like, oh, that person did this and that person did that to me, but I did things as well. And sometimes I'm not about to ever about to sit here and condone the behavior of people, but I will just say, you know how you can understand some behaviors because it's feel like, well, to my friends, you know, when I talk to my friends, you know, you tell them certain things and it'd be like, girl, if I was you, I would have did X, Y, Z. But then you tell your friends like, no, because I feel like, you know, as a woman, I supposed to do this and I supposed to do that. But it's like, nah, I ain't tell you that I was that I didn't come home last night, or I didn't tell you that this happened, or I didn't tell you that I, you know what I'm saying, called him a couple names and X, Y, Z. I didn't tell you I tried to run over my car and ran up the grass and tried to run him over. I didn't tell you that part. I left that part out, and I say that because it's like I didn't want people looking at me like, you know,
Right.
like different. But it was like, but behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? It's like I did stuff.
Right.
And that I'm not proud of, but it still doesn't condone to or give nobody a pass about the lengths of things that happened in my whole entire life. And it's like, but that led up to this year, it's like I did a self-checking. Like, okay, like what did I start valuing? I started valuing myself, and I chose me before I chose anybody else. And that's friends, family, relationships, anybody. I had to choose myself and forgive myself first. And I say that because I did things to people along the way over the years. I did things to my sister that we gonna talk about that like some other time. I did things to her that made to hurt her, that caused certain situations. Like the story that I told, like towards the end of the story, like we gonna talk about it later, but like something happened for the other party to react the way he did, and then her reactions to my reactions. So like everything, it wasn't just one person. So we also made that claimer that, you know what I'm saying, that I just can't put that blame on that one person because I did something too for that person to act this way. You see what I'm saying? And also, then I can't just make something like this. Well, I just sat there and I couldn't believe I was in shock because I did something to cause her to be upset and this person to be upset. So when this person, you know, did the things they did to me, it's trickled down from something that I did. You see what I'm saying? And it was, I don't know, I'm not going to even like just go there. Just know that it still started, like you said, the root. It still started from a certain spot, a certain, you know, surface of it. And it's like, I can dig down with that shovel. And it started from something that Latea knew better. Latea shouldn't have even done it. But because Latea done it, now here go for my actions, here go the reactions. Now, whatever reactions happen, it was still my actions that caused her reaction and the other person's reaction. You see what I'm saying? So even
Pause real quick, because this is an example of what she be doing that I literally just wrote that down 10 seconds ago. Every action, and I just put semicolon reaction as you were speaking, but how we vibe in the spirit sometimes and give you a 60-second
so you was
break.
writing that down as I was
Literally,
thinking.
I was right before you said it. I was going to the next point, but yes, that's powerful. You made me think of some of my truth as you were saying that. I don't want to cut you off, but I want to chime in too, because I learned a very, 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 very vital lesson, and that was what I was about to write down to ask you. What is maybe some or one of the lessons that you did learn from that part of the process? Because taking the responsibility, taking responsibility for your actions, accountability for your actions, your healing process, your true deliverance process doesn't start until that moment happens, until you look at the man in the mirror and say, man, I got blood on my hands. You know, and so while you were speaking, it made me think of my own personal experience when Apostle Mom, I shared with her my experience with my ex-husband, same thing, yada, yada, woe is me, my life, I'm running for my life. Well, when I told my godmama the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, 2 hours later, hold on. Okay, I don't care which button it cuz. 2 hours later, my godmama, shout out to Apostle Sheila Barr, praying for you, mama. I love you. God bless you. And Bishop, we love you. And y'all in our prayers. And continue to let the Lord use you. Amen. And let him have his way in your life. I give you honor and flowers today.
Amen.
But my mama told me, she said, literally, let me count how many words. 5. 5, and I'm still alive. Thank you, Jesus. She said, he taught you, didn't he? I was sitting there in her office, in the church, waiting for I was waiting for Ashton Kutcher to come out. I was looking up. I'm like, hold up, my G. I just flew halfway across the country with a whole baby with 2 bags. I done left my whole house. Y'all, when I tell you we go talk about it, I will tell y'all the story, and you're going to read about the deep details in the book. What? I'm sitting across from not just my pastor, my godmama. Still got bruises on my body, still in pain. And this woman said, he taught you, didn't he? And it was the biggest lesson in my life. It was the biggest lesson in my life. Yeah, take responsibility and accountability for your actions. And my godmama saved. She real saved. She sanctified. She filled with the Holy Ghost. She ain't going to play with you, and she ain't going to do what I'm fixing to do now. But if I was going to translate it for some of my sisters today, and even in my first marriage, my daddy did the same thing, like basically said the same thing without saying it. Huh? Meaning making me go all the way back and what am I driving today? Yeah, I'll drive a Porsche. Let me drive a Porsche today. Let me drive an all black Porsche. Find out what you driving, Miss Kid. Look, back my Porsche up. Until, you go there and take that responsibility, I'm looking, the reality is, no, you started it.
Exactly.
No, let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Exactly. You started it. And this is me. I ain't talking about you. I ain't implying. No, blippity blip. You actually literally started it. And see, what had happened was 1 + 1 = 2, or A + B = C. And when you with your now at that point, I will say I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs crazy. And young women, hear me when I say, and I will let you know, yes, you are, because as a man, let me know. In your right or your wrong frame of mind, you can't beat down no man. I don't care if he's smaller than you or not. You can't. Let me tell you why, if you don't believe me. And those of us that have been molested, that have been raped, that have been abused, know that there is a certain power that comes over men, a certain strength with their testosterone that is unbelievable.
Very strong.
Unbelievable. And hear me when I say I train with men. I work out with the best of them. I can get down with the rest of them. It's no problems. However, there's a certain strength that comes over men at certain times when their adrenaline is rushing, whether it's in a good way or in a bad way, that, baby girl, as my spiritual mama would say, sit down. Go sit down. And so I learned. And so what she was letting me know is, no, Felicia, you're going to learn today. What you won't do ever is put your hands on a man. And he taught you. And when I give y'all the details of the story, oh yeah, oh no, lesson learned 10 years ago. Oh no, I'm cool. No, we ain't ever going there again.
You know, like I feel
ever.
You know, like I feel the
fully
same.
rehabbed.
I feel the same way because with me,
Spacebar.
I have never, ever been in a DV relationship. Never.
Praise God.
Most of all my relationships ended because of cheating. Because I then got caught cheating on the cell phone. So
Dun, 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 dun.
look, let me tell you, ladies, don't go digging and looking. Cause trust me, you don't find what you're looking for.
And that's where I was getting ready.
You gotta
That's what I was coming
yourself. You gotta ask yourself.
You gonna learn today.
Are
Can
you sure?
I handle what I'm about to find?
Are you sure you want to pick up this phone and go through it?
Are you sure you can handle what you about to find? Because you're going to find something. Can you handle it?
Oh, you gonna
Because if you
find
say you can't,
something.
then you need to leave that phone alone.
But you know, you put your big girl drawers on. You like, whatever I find out, it's cool. It's cool because I knew it anyway. And you be like, that rat shake happened to. I can't believe.
Okay. No, time out. Tag me in on this part real quick. And I know we sidebar and I got some notes. I'm going to go back to it. But you know, sometimes, because y'all know I'm an ex-pimp, ex-player. So,
Is this fan still working? I'm holding halfway.
Yeah, you can open it. Just be careful.
say ex-pimp. So sometimes I feel like I got to hold it down for my young gents, my young brothers, because they taught me the game. So how about what if it ain't nothing in the phone? Like, I'm thinking of my phone right now, and I'm thinking, like, if my boo went in my phone, he'd probably see a couple names. And I, you know, sometimes I'll be texting, like, so you can see what I'm doing. But at the same time,
You purposely turn your phone the other direction so they can see your phone.
so, you know, I ain't doing no shady stuff over here or whatever. But what if, so, for example, you know, say, you know, I got Fred Tacular in the phone, but it ain't Fred Tacular, it's Fred. So what if I'm not doing nothing? But you, with your insecure ratchet self,
I'm gonna keep.
you know what I'm saying? My thing is, let's keep it 1,000
I
because
am.
here's my thing. I'm grown, and what about privacy? What the flip is we doing going through these man's phones? And here's
Because
my
it's
thing. No,
the
time
trust.
out.
It's the
I ain't
trust
done.
factor.
That's because
But
I
you
ain't
know
done.
what?
No,
I
because
don't
here's
look
my
no
thing.
more.
If you gotta look in their phone, man, kick
You don't
rocks,
need to
kick
be
bricks,
together.
kick candlesticks.
Exactly.
Bye, keep it
Exactly.
moving.
Exactly.
Because and my sister gonna tell you, you know my philosophy. I'm second to none. I don't care if she in your phone or not.
Like with me,
How you doing?
I don't let my kid, like I be seeing like how some parents
Nah,
let
back
their
to you.
kids use their phone. Yeah, I be like,
Microphone
I can't-
over here.
I be like, I can't, no, I'm like, I can't do that. Like, really, I can't. I'm like, we keeping it trill. My husband is in prison. My husband will be released in a couple months. And
Praise
I
the
can't
Lord.
say
That's
Okay.
how you see how her talking
Yeah.
this way?
Look, I gotta throw us in here.
So
Business
trust
alert.
me,
Party planners.
don't nobody wanna look through my phone.
Listen.
Cause you know I be.
All right, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, I gotta send
I'm
my
out.
husband pictures of me, baby.
I am
Eight
out.
years.
You know what? I'm coming across the table. My sister, I'm
8
coming
years.
across the table on that. Give me some.
8 years.
Across the table, yes.
8 years.
Say work on the twerk. You better work on the twerk.
I'm crossing my legs this
You
time.
better work on the twerk.
My legs are crossed.
Okay. Listen, that's the
I'm
other
gonna be
movement.
missing for about a couple of weeks now.
Say
you
missing.
know.
No, she said. No, she called me. She said, "Now, so I'm telling you now.
I'm scared.
If you don't hear from me, you can just come and look in the window. She good. Cause listen, she said, just look in the window and see I'm good. Cause listen, I got things to do. I said, okay, just call me when you're done.
I said I'm
Smoke
about to be
signal, do
missing.
something.
I'm gonna be missing for a little bit.
And ain't
y'all.
coming up for air.
Nah. Well, we got to come up a little bit because you know you got to eat. You know.
Well, you know.
Because he did a 15-year bid.
Okay,
you know,
so y'all can,
that's a wow. Out of
you
the
know,
15
make it
years,
happen,
we've been
sleep.
together for 8.
Eat,
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yeah.
Sleep, eat, watch a movie, make it
Yeah.
happen. That part. And,
How
and I'm
what happened
pausing.
to us Netflix and chilling? Y'all are just so.
Look.
Are you serious? We're gonna get there, but 15 years? Come on.
Yeah, she gonna do it, make it do what it do, baby.
Man.
And she gonna go to sleep, and she
And
gonna
I'ma
wake
do
up, and
this
she gonna
too.
eat, and she gonna
Look.
get up and make it do what it do
Look,
again.
Look, and I'm gonna look at him and go like this.
It's time to win. Do it one more time for the camera.
take her
One more time for the
serious
camera. That part.
I can't take you serious today. I can't.
Shout out. Where is Tiffany in the grapefruit when you need her? Hey, Tiffany. Look, and y'all know
I
I'm
don't
pausing.
need no Tiffany.
I know. Look, that part. look, that part.
I'm sorry. I meant to.
Right, you supposed to be with the fan today. You supposed to be being good, and I'm over here acting rashay. But no, for real. But no, shout out to that part, to the work on the twerk. I don't be when I bring that up. Everything I do, my sister sometimes she,
I've been trying to teach her how to twerk, but
see, it's different in here. The environment, it's not the same.
no, I'm talking about not in this environment. But
you
I've
know,
been trying
I
to teach
twerk
her.
a whole lot better when I actually see real dollars. Like,
Let's see what happens.
you know.
Got a dollar in his
Look, show me the money. Hallelujah. Listen, look, I get to roll it.
Right.
My Trini come back out.
got all
I put down.
I got
Is that a $5 holla? Okay
I think I got 40. Hold on.
Say
5,
five.
10, 15, 20.
Let me turn the camera off. real quick.
Oh,
Look, let me get
you
it
better
off.
twerk.
Welcome to twerk. I got the strip and twerk.
Here we go. Here we go.
You put that back on. you use this fan. Throw this fan.
But look,
And to represent
right,
my
let
husband,
me borrow the fan.
he
You can
had
hold
made
it.
me. He had made me a card,
Yes.
and I need to get it up. Lightened up some. But it says, 2 hearts, 2 souls, 1 love for life.
Amen.
And that is my husband's actual signature. I made him sign a piece of paper and mail it to me. And then they put his actual signature on me. So, just in case, because I got one on my behind that says another name. So
Where that fan
just
at?
in case we don't work out, at least it's like a point with the person who wrote it. That way I don't have to cover it up or anything. Like I got to cover this.
So
one
it could
up.
still came from him. But
Exactly.
Hold on, pause real quick. Speak life, prophetess. Speak life. You have to speak life. No, for real. That's
that's your tongue is a powerful sucker. Shut your
because remember, going back to what you asked me, because I don't take that lightly at all. And I don't play with God, not even almost. Going back to what you asked me when you said, "What do I see?" So going back to that, you have to speak life. Don't say just in case it don't work out. Either it is or it ain't.
It's gonna work.
It is
working.
gonna work.
Amen.
We've been together 8 years. This is my longest relationship. I ain't going nowhere.
And you done held it down. Hey, boy,
I
boy,
done
come on.
fed that machine $500,000. I ain't going nowhere.
Okay, and you about to
I
be
ain't going nowhere.
And you about to be
Y'all hear
swinging from
me?
the chandeliers.
I ain't
Shower
going
rods.
nowhere.
Say that part. Okay.
Shout out to my husband, Shaka Jones. I
Okay.
ain't going nowhere.
What it do, Shaka? Okay. Shaka, now you know after all that, you're going to have to come on when you come home, okay? Tell us
yeah,
something.
no.
testimony.
All right, give us something. Represent for your brothers, because no, real talk. That is something that we're coming attacking too is the justice system. So just so y'all know, and throwing that out there. So y'all know where the show is going. No, we're not going to just talk about massive incarceration.
right.
We hitting and
Everything.
as one of my spiritual mentors, Oral Roberts, God rest his soul, commissioned us to go into every man's world, and that's what we plan to do. So we coming with the thunder. So so we would be honored to have your husband come and speak with us and let us know what's going
on behind them real doors. What's really going on,
But going back to taking responsibility and accountability for your actions, that's number one. If you cannot do that, you walking
You're
around,
not healing.
you're going in circles.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going in circles. You haven't even begun your process. You have to be able to look at the man in the mirror and say, well, you learned, didn't you? Well, he taught you, didn't. Whatever it is that your moment is,
Right.
you have to have that moment with yourself and look at the man in the mirror and say, you know what? Yeah, if 1 never would have happened, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Wouldn't
9,
happen
10
either.
couldn't have happened.
It happened. And then remember, because I don't remember, but I just say it again. You know how I said that like it took this, like the reaction stuff to happen, but it was more so of like I said, I'm not about to condone or apologize for someone else's behaviors and however they did it, but sometimes people deal with things how they know how to deal with things. So if they dealt with those things, like according to me, is the verbal abuse, because that's what they know, then you can't take that away from them because that's what they know. But it's like you said, that accountability. But why is this person going off on me? Why is this person treating me this way? Why is this person doing this? Why are you talking to me like this? But I can't just sit there and say like I didn't do anything, because I did. You see what I'm saying? But I'm still not gonna ever like just condone to what somebody else done. But like you said, it started from somewhere. And why is this person even going off on you? Why is this person treating you like this? It came from that trust factor that I've set off as well. You see what I'm saying?
That trust is a deep thing.
It's a deep thing. And bring it back and bring it to what you said. I think it all started from I picked up his phone in the whole beginning. And when I picked up his phone, I'd seen things that I didn't want to see. So instead of just coming out with it, over the years, I used that to, for bait, to start the arguments or to say, well, reason why I did this because you did this.
Right.
And So that's why I did it, because I seen that's when I finally came out, because I know you would stop lying to me because I know it happened. You see what I'm saying? Like you know it happened. But instead of just going to that person, this time I seen it, I held it in. I harbored everything. So when you was going off on me about something that I did, I had some comeback for you, and I had to. But I would never ever would have felt that way had I never went to your phone in the first place.
Exactly.
I stopped trusting you then. I knew you was lying to me then. But you know what I'm saying? But it's like
you like, I just gotta see it. I gotta catch him. I
gotta catch it. It's like you gotta catch it. But it's like, but then it's like, but it's not even more so catching. It's when you try to point the finger at me for doing something. I gotta come back for you, cause you know what I'm saying. You gotta come back, but I can't. Where's the comeback if I never even did it in the first place? But so those actions happen that I can honestly say because my accountability, and I'm saying because of me too. Like I said, I can't tell somebody how to feel. I can't I can't tell my sister when I do something to her how she reacts to me. I learned that because I was like, I can't tell her not to talk to me like this way because that's how she feel.
Exactly.
Sturm will profit in Sturm.
Whose phone that is, but it's loud.
All right, my bad. So sorry, y'all.
I can't tell her how to go off on me. Why? Because that's her feeling. Even though I might not like it, I don't like what it's doing to me, or I don't like how it's making me feel, and I can very well feel that you are verbal abusing me. But in her mind, that's how she know how to handle it. So I cannot tell her how to handle me. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not condoning to her behavior, but I can't tell her how to handle me because that's how I made her feel. And that's her trigger. I triggered something. You see what I'm saying? So mental awareness and the abuse goes both ways. If this person is an abuser, but it's like, what did you do as well? Can you call yourself an abuser too?
And that was my truth, and that was my reach.
And I can honestly say, so was I. But that's still a part of my healing. That's still a part of basically, if I just surrounded myself around certain people then, and took accountability then, or never went through the phone, or came home that night, or you know what I'm saying, or I don't know, didn't hang up the phone when he was saying something to me. I'm trying to hear you click. It's like, maybe he would have been at my house in my driveway, parking in the parking driveway with me. Oh, she got to come home. She got to come here. And when she get here, it's on. It's like, I don't got to come home. And I ain't come home purposely because I don't care what you talking about. I'm a grown-ass woman.
Yeah,
$2.
yeah.
I'm grown.
Go on, give me that. Go on, give me that.
Hold on. Let's do
Go on,
right
give
now.
me that money.
Because I got some more to say. But no, it's like, oh, I'm a big girl. I ain't coming home. Like, I don't care what you talking about. So whatever you talking about, I pay these bills. This is my house. You know what I'm saying? You say all these things, but then you tell your friend, like, girl, why I get home and this Negro in my driveway? You know what I'm saying? Girl, he stalking you. Nah, I didn't come home last night. He waited for me to come home. See, you know, I don't tell those parts because I don't want to make it seem like Latea did something wrong. It's never me.
You know, I look at it.
You know what I'm saying? So
you can never do something or say something and make a man want to put his hands on you. If he put his hands on you, he's weak. I don't care.
No. That's not.
I'm saying
no.
For me and you look at it in your way, me in my ways. If the argument even goes that far to where we have to use hands, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't need you.
I'm good.
And it's a two-way
it's gonna
street.
turn ugly.
Because women do it too.
Yes,
it's a two-way
they do.
street. Both
it
sides.
goes both sides.
You know, I just went through it for the first time in my whole life. And this was through a friend of mine that I've been friends with for 16 years. And when you said, when you were talking about like the men's strength, He stabbed my dog. My dog was in the cage.
Jesus.
And my dog don't like men. So she's barking. He knows that she doesn't like men. But all of a sudden, he's like punching the cage real hard. And I'm like screaming to him to stop, but I'm trying to find my dang on 25 at the same time too. So he's still he punching the cage and I come and look, and he got his knife between his hands and he's stabbing my dog in the face. And when he turned around, it was like this powerful person that was breathing like a demon, and I saw no white in his eyes. They was all black. And that's when I got my 25 and cocked it and said, you need to go. We'll get more into that later on.
Say get
Say
more
that.
into it because I'm looking over here. I'm like, dang,
I'm
we gonna have
like-
to have you back. 'Cause, man, how we always do this with the time, man? They don't
But you know
never
what?
be
The
enough
crazy, but the crazy
time.
part is we can't just always tell that one-sided story. We gonna have to
Exactly.
tell.
We gotta make them
we
one
get
way to
crazy
tune
too.
in.
But don't get it twisted. Don't let this hair in there fool you.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like we do stuff too. That's like, all right, Latia.
We're not perfect
All right,
at
Blair.
all.
All right, Keisha. Now you know dang on well you shouldn't have done that. But it's like, and so at the time you don't care. You don't care whatever made that person feel, because right now
Exactly.
you mad, so am I. So we both gonna be mad, and we both gonna be crazy. You want to do this? I'm gonna do the same thing back, but I'm gonna do it 10 times worse. But like you said, at the end of the day, that's still a man. You cannot never make a man feel less than a man in no kind of way, because it's gonna make it's their ego. It's like
Yeah.
their ego be like, did she just. Man, I'm a whole man. She got me messed up. But it's like, at the time, you don't care.
Listen, I'm going to go back like about 15 years ago. I'm going to say about 16, 17 years ago. I was dating this guy, and he was younger than me. I was 24. He was 18. He was 19. So...
You was a cougar. You was a puppy back then.
So anyway, we had broke up, but I hung out with his cousin. We were best friends, and we were in the van and we was smoking. And he got smart with me.
Say
So I smoking.
Weed, right? So I can chime in. Yeah, that part.
So when we got finished, he said something smart to me. So I told him to suck a whoop. I told him. So he never said anything the whole time I was in there. Like after I told him that, he got real quiet. Girl, when I got up to get out, now this is like them old school family Astro van, the big vans that got like the bed and stuff in them, TVs. When I was stepping out of the van, he kicked me in my back, and I fell face first.
Oh, heck. Nah, I almost cussed.
And I turned around, and I beat his whoop whoop.
You're going to have us in here next week.
And every time he
Make sure my
looks
lip
in
gloss
the
is popping.
mirror, he will know how he got that mark and why he got that mark on his face.
So, yes, I don't even know where to go with that one. Which sound? Where my sound? I don't know. Not the cricket.
You don't know what
I don't even know which one to do.
Hey, it's me, Chuck.
No,
Wow.
we don't care, Chuck.
Even
But
though,
no.
shout out to Chuck. I do
yeah,
love
but
Chuck.
yeah, I just be feeling like it's always a reaction from that person's action. So you better be ready for that action, that reaction. You just gotta be ready for it. And like I said, you can't tell nobody how to act, but it doesn't condone to the actions. But I still can't tell you how to handle a situation, because that was how you chose to handle it. And like I said, I'm never going to take away from like what I did. I'm never going to take away from what that person did, but I'm going to still show my accountability to what I did, because it's still a part of my healing. It's a part of me saying that I did things too. I did things that made other people feel the way they feel about me, and it's.
But don't blame yourself.
I'm not
I
blaming
was,
myself.
thank
no.
you for saying
You
that,
keep
because I was
blaming
about to,
yourself.
I was about
No,
to chime in.
I'm
You,
not
you
blaming
can hear
myself.
it that you have yet to forgive yourself.
I have forgave myself. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I have now.
It doesn't
What-
sound like it.
I'm only saying this because I'm not giving no one, family, friends, relationship. I'm not giving nobody a pass for their actions.
Right.
I'm just saying I still need to take accountability for their actions from what I done. Me.
Take accountability for your actions.
For what I did.
You can't take
Now,
any
I can't
accountability for anything.
anybody,
Anything anybody else has done.
But I can honestly say I did things too. I can say that I caused certain situations. I can say if I just came home that night, or if I didn't try to be a big girl and try to follow my friends because they were saying little things and I wanted to being a people pleaser, I won't have this problem. Trying to please everybody else that just instead of worry about Latea. Worry about what will Latea do. So if Latea wouldn't act like that in that situation, so instead of trying to please Keisha, because Keisha said, girl, forget that. You better sit right here and sit at home, sit right here with me. You just go home when you feel like it. If I just said, nah.
Look.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, when you know what's right, it should just happen in the first place. But you want to be a big girl and please, I want to please Keisha.
You should do what's right. So
it's like,
and let me just jump in real quick for the sake of time. And because I made a couple notes, and I hear you.
I mean, I don't know if I'm just saying it like I'm saying it the way that I feel it should be said, because I feel like I'm not taking blame. I just feel like I'm finally can say that I did things too.
This is when I realized it was getting crazy, when I went on live and talked about what happened to me to help other women, let them know it's unacceptable. I woke up to my son's pool ripped up, sliced up. What does my children have to do with this? You're a grown person that put yourself in that predicament. I didn't say nothing to you. I didn't do nothing to you to make you act the way that you acted towards me. And that is unacceptable. And I'm not going to accept it. And the police had to get involved. And then you hiding out and you come and you slice a pool. Like, are you serious?
Here's my thing. It's like this, and y'all, we really do gotta wrap it up. We got 15 minutes, and we gotta get this prayer
that wasn't me.
before we end. I want to make a stance because domestic violence is personal to me, very personal, and I've been on both sides, the victim and the abuser. So I've been on both sides. So I want to say this: number one, it's not a game. It's a very serious matter, and I have been in this situation more than one time, and the worst probably being the last, because I actually was in a place of considering going back. But one in particular where my ex literally tried to take my life in front of my daughter. And so with all that being said, it's a very serious matter, saying again that and acknowledging again that I was the abuser in my first marriage for quite some time before my ex-husband ever responded or reacted, almost a year before he ever put his hands on me, in reciprocation, put his hands back on me. I say this to say this: yes, the statistics are off balance when it comes to men versus women. There is no comparison. Let's be honest. There is no comparison. The abuse that women encounter compared to the abuse that men encounter. However, it is real on both sides. Women are abusive, just like they're reciprocal of the abuse. The message is don't do it. And what I wanted to say to you is that it just sounded to me, and this is so important, and I'm pointing it out to other young women, that both of you were just in bad places at that time. Both of you were in a place where y'all needed to be healed, and whatever, not saying or quantifying what place you're in now, but at that time, both of you were in bad places. And the reality is, and I thank God that you will be honest and tell your story, because I'm going to be honest with my young sisters out here. Some of these moves y'all be out here making, let me tell you something. Listen, I thank God, number one, that I'm only gay on holidays. Because if y'all was, and I'm about to pay for this, I'm about to give $5. If y'all was some of my bitches, I'd have to snatch you up too. I'm sorry. And I don't support domestic violence.
Well, we're not supporting it, but
we keeping it real, we keeping it wrong, we keeping it relevant.
Yeah,
and I say that to say this. Some of the stuff y'all be out here doing, boy, you almost, the way you disrespect a man, he got to love Jesus. Listen, he gonna have to love Jesus.
It's gonna take Jesus not to knock your head off. It's like it's taking everything in that man because you're making him feel it's their ego. You're making them feel less than a man.
Yeah.
And you cannot create these situations. And I've had, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I remember I disrespected my friend, my best friend. I love him, and he let me know, like, girl, listen, I can snap my fingers and somebody would be at your door right now. Like, don't you ever in your life ever again forget that, yeah, I'm not a pretend. I'm a whole real good. I got whole stripes and tears and everything else. Like, I ain't never disrespected you, called you out your name. What we not going to do is start this part. And he had to remind me who he is and his rank. And I had heard it in his voice, and I was like,
but I bet her, she probably was like, I don't give a, she probably.
No, but no. Let me tell you, and here's the thing, and I'm saying this and being authentic too. I was around my Rashay, and she can do her Negro like that. Whoop, whoop, I'll pay for that too. Whoop, whoop, yada, yada, and yada, yada. And let me tell y'all something. Yo, Bipsy Bopsy twin friend, hey, she gonna get you home alone. Part 2.
And
that part and literally, and so I went to my G the next day and I was like, well, let me bippity boppity rip. And he would no bippity boppity boo. No, we're not doing that. Because if I go and do it to you, it ain't gonna be So what I'm saying is this, for the sake of time, listen, my young men, my young women, don't do it.
Don't
treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yes.
And the reality is that when you love yourself, you treat others with love.
Yes.
Love thyself. And when I do that, I automatically reciprocate love. It overflows. It starts flowing out of me. And the last thing I want to do is hurt you. I'm thinking of my boo right now, like, we already talked about it. Like, what we not about to be doing is rah-rahing. Hey, and I was like, my God, Lord Jesus, where this man come from? Because when I ain't got no rah-rah to do. But to my sisters, loud and clear, since I was that woman that went home and literally cocked my husband, like not no Negro off the street. And this goes to point number 2. My husband. Let me pause. Thank you. I ain't going to do no sound effect for the sake of time. How about this part? How about we stop pretending and giving? Because one of the questions I wanted to ask, and we're not going to answer it now, but
I can keep
like,
it short.
at what point did we say, because when I go a certain place or somebody done piss me off, at this point now, I'm going back to, I'm going to stay right here. So I can't talk to you right now. So
That's
no, I
now.
can't ride with you right now. Now, yeah, that's now. But
then
it was a whole different ball game.
I was
I'm
Renee.
thinking,
I was
and getting this point across to our, I don't want to say younger, because these old,
these people our age need to hear it too.
I was about to call you biddies. These old biddies be
These people our age too.
yeah. No, but I'm talking about them older ones too.
Older than
some
us.
old ladies like, hey, y'all got
It's crazy.
Slow down.
It's all ages.
Thank you. And all sizes and all races and all colors, all of that good stuff. But what I want to say is too, and remind us, and first partaker, me first, women, especially women, if you like it, put a ring on it. I just talked to one of my mothers from Trinidad, Tobago. She said, listen, all y'all, you giving up to 2C. Oh, you're giving up to 2C, but you ain't got no ring, you ain't got no house, you don't have nothing.
But you know
and
what?
we giving it all away, and we're not wives. And here's the other
But
part.
let me tell you this real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Real quick. You say, okay, you should have put a ring on it, right? Oh, no. Carly just knocked her out the door and said, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got that ring. So that's where everybody at now.
And then I think it
think
was
that's all they
literally
offer.
the
That's all they
same.
got to offer.
But hold on.
That's all
But
they
then I
got.
think literally the same day, if I'm not mistaken, that video comes out or one of them comes out, she announces her divorce.
A couple weeks later.
You don't cook.
Actually, he announced it.
Okay.
And now they're back together, which everybody said it wasn't nothing but a stunt move for her album. But I was just saying in general, when you was like, you know, like Beyonce came out, you should have put a ring on it. And now she's out talking about, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got that ring.
let me-
That was the
chime
third
in.
part that my mother said too, though, that we have to do our part. If you're ready for marriage, to hold it down and to work and to have your man's back so that y'all can build and have something. Listen.
But how?
But I'm gonna let you
but-
try-
But,
yeah, go
how are you basically building if you, like you said,
Right.
basing yourself off of? I don't gotta do none of that. I'm not doing this. I'm not, because I got friends like that be feeling like I don't gotta do none of that. You better than me because I ain't doing none of that.
You know why?
It's like, and that's
Look,
and guess what? That's why y'all ain't got no man now. That's why you single still. That's why we almost almost said it.
She almost got it out.
We 25 and you still ain't got no man. You still ain't got no ring. You still ain't. You still out here jumping from man to man to man to man. Because you ain't you're basically letting your other friends cheerlead you on to, girl, I ain't do none of that. My man have to spend all the money on me. My man ain't have to do it. Nah, I thought if I got a man and my man and whoever and I got that, I'm gonna spend it all on him. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Baby, you need this. You need that. I got you because that's what you're supposed to do.
And hold him down.
And hold him down. I feel like this. It ain't tricking. It ain't taking care of no man. It's basically, I feel like you're doing what you do for your man. You know what I'm saying?
It's going back to what you said, and again, I gotta cut y'all off. I know I love it. It's good, but I really have to cut y'all off.
It don't matter.
Always,
but we can do it at my house.
Say that part.
We can do it at my house.
Say that part. But I just want to. I
got my
like
backdrop came today too.
I'm gonna shut up and
we gotta pick this up next week.
My backdrop came.
Yeah, say backdrop, and we just gotta pick it up.
My tripod came today too.
Focus. I got a few minutes.
Focus.
So
the
point is, don't do it. Some stuff is supposed to be saved for marriage. You can't. You know, like, and I brought that up because of the phone thing. And I really feel like we really do have to chime in on these points because somebody is going to watch this. And this might be the only one thing that somebody watches like me. It's a lot of things my mother never taught me. So, you know, it might be. And so I want to chime in on that point. Listen, except y'all married, you ain't got no business picking up that man's phone. And if y'all married, you know, you're going to have his password or whatever anyway. It's like,
should have yours too.
This, like my old boss used to tell me, stay in your lane, baby girl. Yes, let me be the one to tell you, yes, honey. If you ain't got no ring on it, he probably does have another girl. Yeah, silence. That part, make sure you see my face, my eyeballs.
I said 15 seconds.
Yeah,
and
and at the end of the day, you know, accepting unless you're in a covenant marriage, y'all really out here expecting the unexpected.
Playing house.
That ain't happening, baby. It's not really happening. And if you really real about what you really real about and are who you are, if I was you, I can't tell you what to do, but I open the door, baby. Don't cheat on me. Let me decide if I want.
You can bring some home.
Shout out to Drinker.
And that's real crazy now because that's a lot of relationships where with these younger kids, they're so open to bringing company.
That's another subject. We gonna stop.
Right.
Let me give the Rhema for today, please.
And let us go to the Rhema of the day before I get in trouble showing all my good sides because I'm sure the Lord is like whatever.
We just said that's a whole other subject. That ain't a part of mental health. That's a part of some other health. We gonna talk about that later, only because we
the only other thing I wanted to say that you threw out there was the power trip thing, that sometimes we hold this information because we know what we're doing. We know our truth, and we hold this information as a power trip. I want to, as I've learned and am learning, that's a form. It's a form and it's a part of witchcraft. We women like to use our powers to hold and to control men and to get them to do what it is that we say that we want them to do.
You make them feel bad about certain stuff.
Well, you did this, so don't forget you did this and yada yada, and you want to hold that over that man for the rest of his life. Women, it's like Kevin Gates said in that song, we're healing our own. We have the power to heal our own. So I just want to encourage, since we are talking about domestic violence, since we are, talking about love, relationships today, we kind of hit a whole lot of topics, but I just want to encourage us to heal our own. And the Rhema for today, I wrote it down. I forgot to do a note. It's simple. It's never, never, never give up. The Rhema is never give up. Going back to you and the things that you've been through, going back to your question, you got to this point because you decided to never give up. Mm-hmm. And so at this day, at this turning point for your destiny and for your purpose, yes, and like I told you and like I told my sister Deborah, everywhere you go, be ready and be willing to tell your story because it literally may save somebody's life. And if that's what we're here for, and if that's what we're here to do, like you said, like your father, you learned in that split second to turn the other way. Same thing as me. I used to look at my veins. I used to stare at my veins and talk to myself and say, now, baby girl, you can't. She might be able to, she might be able to, she might be able to. But if you just get a little drop, it's a wrap for your, it's over. It's over. And I think of the movie Brilliant Minds. And we have brilliant minds. And I just think about your experience, even your experience. Like, Lord, at what point do we say, I'm going to stay over here. I'm not throwing no knife. I ain't throwing no whoop. I'm going to let you go. Because you, as a matter of fact, yeah, you was a trigger for me. You know, at what point do we
can be our own triggers too.
Yes, we can.
What you say the name of that movie was?
Brilliant Minds.
Brilliant Minds. Yeah.
Brilliant Minds.
Brilliant Minds. At
We
what
can be our
point-
own triggers too.
Yeah.
So it ain't just
that's
that
the
one.
thing.
Everything's never just one side. It takes two.
It always
So
does.
so
But even with
we're not
the
gonna do that
abuse-
either because
No, even with the abuse, at what point do you say, I'm going to deal with this? At what point do you say, I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to continue to do this or to put this this hurt on people. And going back to taking my stance in case I didn't, we got 2 minutes and we're going to pray and get out of here. No, on either side, on my side, on any side, domestic violence is not a joke. It's not a game. It's not to
No,
be played
it's
with.
not.
Women, keep your
It's
hands off of
not.
men. Men, keep your
It
hands
is
off of
not.
women. And
locking
let me go a
people
little
up.
bit further. Let me go a little bit further to my deeper. Parents, keep your hands off your kids.
so talking to your kids crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And hear me in perspective when I say that. I'm not talking about no toddler living in your house. I'm talking about mamas punching grown ass women and daughters and daddies fighting their grown ass sons. I'm saying this ain't that. That's not what God intended for us to do. We're to love one another. And with that being said, I'm saying never give up on the love. You give up on loving, you give up on God, you give up on yourself, you give up on everything. So in spite of everything that we go through, try to find a way to love.
Yes.
Try to find a way to love. And I'll just say this. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Y'all know me. I love y'all. And after this, we're going to pray.
Love you
Okay.
too.
My mantra is to keep it real.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That was basically what
You wanna read?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It's basically the scars you can't see are the hardest to heal. And when I read that, it was like wow, because those scars you can't see are the ones we harbor. Is the information that we hold on to so we can use it against somebody. We hold all these different scars, punches, bruises, but I'm talking about physical. I'm talking about the stuff we hold in,
Inside.
the inside stuff. And then once we basically, if we always keep holding in, we're never going to heal. Like we're never ever going to get over anything if we don't basically start with ourselves first. I can't expect you to heal if we have a problem. I can't expect you to heal if we have a problem if I don't start it with me first. One of us got to be the bigger person.
Yeah.
One of us have to be like, you know what? I'm tired of these band-aids. Let me let some air get to this. Let me let this breathe and let me let this out, because if I don't, scars just after so long leaves marks. If you leave marks in my body, it's like it makes you ugly. It makes you it's not a terrible person. It's more of a, basically you're not a healed person. You're never going to heal. Adding more holes and scars to that other scar. Just let it go. Just let it go, and forgive yourself, and you heal yourself. You find yourself in better places.
Like, for example, and I understand what you're saying. Like
10 seconds.
For example, little Kim
Literally.
bleaching her skin because
well, that's a whole different subject.
Listen,
Yeah,
listen, because she was told that she was ugly, dark skin, and she said repeatedly. Men kept telling her how ugly she was. So that's like she went out to bleach her skin to please a man. And that's sad.
It's still that's the thing, pleasing others. Like I'm not
Exactly.
Worry about
That's what I
you.
was trying to get to, pleasing others.
Worry about you.
The
That's
disease to please, as
Yes.
It's all mental. Everything you can try to think of is still mental health. But like I said, we about to shut this down because we got other things to do, obligations, and we just pressed on time. But yeah, it's worry about yourself first. 'Cause
Exactly.
I feel I should have been in the second. Worry about you first.
Exactly.
Worry about you first.
Exactly.
In the conclusion of the matter, going to the pool situation that you said, the backlash is real. It's
ma'am.
serious. And that's another reason why I say we don't take it lightly. We don't condone it at all under any circumstances. I echo what you said, and I say it loud and clear that domestic violence is a coward sport.
Yes.
It's a coward sport. and that we have to and look at ourselves and deal with our own issues. One thing that helped me heal me from being an abuser was realizing that people are not my property, that I don't own anybody, and that I really have to deal with the root of my issues, because my anger is uncontrollable. These things are coming up because of my issues. So I had to internalize and look at myself.
Grits on me. I got grits on me. Yeah. Grits on me. I got grits on me.